start from the first chamber, connect to the other chamber straight into the sea. But to this side, there are additional bricks here. But currently, everything we are working on is the excrement of the ancestors.
Currently, everything we are working on is the excrement of the ancestors.
So this happens to be the last chamber in the little slave dungeon. Looking around, the place seems very brighter. There is no bulbs here, no electricals in here. So natural light that are strong in here. So this was because here was the sorting or the selection. When the ships are in, they are ready to move the captives away. They sort them out to check out on them. When they recover, they will have to wait for the next ship. If they don't recover and they die, the bodies are thrown off into the ocean. No befitting burial for the captives. Strong ones in chains and shackles, journeying through an underground tunnel. So from this side to the far end, there was a space initially, just like how we also came through the various chambers. And so they would journey through the tunnel about 80 meters from here, they would exit. The females would join them, they go through to the door of no return. The tunnel was blocked in 1834, supervised by Captain George McLean to finally mark the end of the slave trade. And this was because in 1807, they passed a law in Britain for the abolition of the slave trade, looking at how inhuman the trade was. The trade continued in here until 1834, when George McLean, commanded by the monarch, to finally supervise the blockage of the tunnel to finally mark the end of the slave trade. So tunnel blocked in 1834, blockage dedicated to the souls of the ancestors. Before they introduced Christianity and Islam to Africa, this was what the Africans were practicing. Africans believed in the existence of the Supreme Being. The Supreme Being created all natural things. If they are to pray and their prayers are channeled through the natural things, they serve as intermediaries, communicate their prayers to the Supreme Being. Unfortunately, when the European nations came, they also came to colonize or enslave Africans. When they came, they built the castle on the rock. And so the castle happens to sit on a large rock, and that was the deity or the god of the people. And so building the castle on the rock at a point in time, they were not allowing them to come around to worship again. And so they carved samples of the stones and carried it into the town to establish a shrine for the deity. And so now when they officially left and castle was given to Ghanaians, they found it necessary to bring the rock back and establish a shrine for the deity. Because the whole area happens to be the original place the deity was living before they moved it away. And so after they brought the rocks, they decided to elevate an altar for the deity. And so there is an active shrine. There is a chief priest in charge of the place, normally prays pours libation for people to observe how the African spirituality is being practiced. And so these are the liquors for the pouring of libation. Managers as token from tourists who come in, people who come in to pray, and others who come in for consultation. When they come in, they give something to the priest just as token or offering. And stools are meant for those who come in, they want to sit. The stools are meant for them. Flowers all over the place to pay homage to the souls of the ancestors. When they died, they were not buried in here, but we believe that their souls, their spirit, continues to stay in here. So that's why the flowers are brought all over to pay homage to the souls of the ancestors.